Welcome everybody to the first episode of Shiny Hunting with me, Scurvy Films. We are looking for the abomination that is Drackovitch. What we're going to be doing today is trying to get and find all the stuff we need to start our hunt for the shiny Drackovitch. What we're going to be doing is giving these fossils that we're going to get from the different digger bros to Carolys. She's going to go through, create these horrific abominations, and we're gonna hope that we get a genetic anomaly. If we do, we're done and we've got our sweet shiny Dracovitch, but it's gonna take a lot of time. So what we need to do is get a bunch of fossils so that every time we run through this, we're gonna get as many fossils as possible. With those fossils, we're then going to be combining those together over and over, giving us as many chances as possible to get a shiny Drackovitch. But with that being said, we're going to need tons of watts. So let's head over to the wild area and get started on those. So we're in the wild area, and what our plan is for the wild area will be to just run around and grab as many of these dens as we can. Once we've gathered all in the wild area, because there is a limited amount, I'm going to save, reset my game, set the next day, and get more. So you'll see how many, just how long this does take, however. So as you can see, guys, that takes a while and we have to run to a bunch, but I will end up going off camera to get a bunch of those, and then we'll head over to the digger bros and start clicking away. So one thing that I wanted to explain to you guys a little bit is how long this actually is going to need to take, and some of the things that we need to do to speed it up, or what we can do to speed it up. So after going around, I realized each one of these, those dens gives us 200 watts each, and each one of the tries with the digger bros is 500. That's just not going to cut it. Now, there were the ones with 2,000 watts each, and so with those ones with 2,000 watts, those are the ones that I'm aiming for. What I started doing was resetting my game faster. Once I got just all of the 2,000 watts, and then I looked up that you can actually reset your game and have the 2,000 watts just go over and over and over and pick all those up. So that's what I'm going to do off camera, and then I'm going to go over to the digger bros and get all of those watts shifted into the fossils. Now, while I was riding around with my bike and gathering all those watts, I did end up hatching a couple eggs and getting a few different Pokemon involved. So, those Pokemon that I did end up hatching are, we got a Squirtle. This Squirtle hatched from an egg. I've been breeding up all of the different Cantonian starters. I also got all of the Galarian starters recently with this Grookey here, and we ended up actually taking this Grookey and then evolving it into the disgustingly ugly Thwackey. If you look at this, what a poor middle child this poor thing is. It really is just a sad middle child. Squirtle tried to evolve, but we told him absolutely not. We're keeping you at your cute little self. You do not have to be the poor middle child. And then we had to tell him no again. But after that, we did also get Krogunk to evolve into Toxicroak, which helped fill out my Pokédex a little bit more, as well as a Charmander into a Charmeleon to help me fill out my living dex. So with all those eggs and running around, we also ran into a bunch of those dens with raid battles in them. So I definitely did a couple of those. The one that I'm going to show here is the one that I did against Trevenant, or Trevenant, Ghost Tree. He looks really cool. So we sent out our lovely Charcoal. He comes out with our fire moves. Honestly, though, I really got carried by that big, thick Mew Uber boy who just flamethrowered and then flamed on both of them. And then an unbelievably amazing shiny Charizard. Flamethrowers also kills this thing super easy, and we pick it up. Another catch that we got, which I beelined straight for, was this Tyranitar. He is definitely a rare Pokemon, coveted amongst all super powerful attacks, and I got him directly into the ball, which was pretty sweet. It was actually a pretty long fight and kind of difficult, but meh. After getting Tyranitar into the ball, one thing I also wanted to talk about was how kind of annoying running around with only one Pokemon in your party is that can actually fight. In the wild area, all the Pokemon are level 30 and above, so we only had, or level 60 and above, and we only had our Colossal in our inventory. Now, the reason why I wanted Colossal is his Flame Body ability. Because we were running around with the eggs, it lowered the time that's needed to walk around with all those eggs. The downside with that, though, is whenever you're walking around the wild area and it's raining, or if there's just Pokemon around that are water type, Colossal is not exactly the best fighter for them. So I often ended up having to face small Pokemon such as this Choodle, who every single time I had to run from. However, not every Pokemon gave me some trouble. These cutie flies were definitely quite easy. I was able to use Heat Crash on them every single time, which calculates the weight difference, and as you can tell, there's quite a bit of a weight difference. Thikarita, no! Do not get in the way! So some Pokemon also just popped up right in front of me, which I then had to fight, which was quite annoying. But after all that time collecting watts and the time AFK getting a bunch, we ended up getting 250,000 watts. So with that, we're going to sit and press the digger button, just dig constantly until we get as many resources as possible. We're gonna try to get as much as we can to get those the fish fossils and the Drake fossils. Once we get a good amount of those, we'll go back over to Caroliss and give them to her and start making those. Alright, so after all of that with the 250,000 or 250,000 watts, we ended up getting a total of, it looks like, let's see, let's go right over here. So we ended up getting a total of 122 fossilized drakes, and the limiting factor for the Drackovitch is the fossilized fish. So now we can actually start going. What we'll be doing is getting 98 at a time because we've got 98 fish, and just talking to Caroliss right here and getting those. However, we're going to be doing that in the next episode, so if you guys did enjoy, please do be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and if you want to watch me record these videos live and catch us getting the shiny live, go follow me on twitch.com, on twitch.tv/scurvyfilms. If you do enjoy, please hit that like button, and thanks for watching.